welcome everybody. Thanks for coming out on this beautiful day. Welcome to the Wauconda Historic Phil's Beach, where the Blues Brothers was filmed and where many of us back in the day came out and went down that questionable slide. Sitting there now, that's a photo op, and rightfully so. And who knew the Bangs Lake Outfall was right here at Phil's Beach back in the day? I would like to thank our Lake County Board, the Lake County Stormwater Commission, and our state representatives for the grant and the funding mechanisms available for these type of projects. Our public work staff and HMG engineers for all their efforts in putting together this project. There's a lot of work and coordination that happens behind the scenes, and all your hard work does not go unnoticed. A little brief history about this project. So in the spring of 2022, HMG engineers notified public works staff about a potential grant funding available through the Lake County Stormwater Management Commission. Our Public Works Director, Jake Mann, met with Chris Broussard of HMG Engineers to discuss possible projects. Chris mentioned, think big. Our staff met with the Lake County SMC Board and pitched several projects that could be considered as candidates. One of them was the rehabilitation of the Bangs Lake Outfall was targeted as the potential suitor for such funding. A grant application was later submitted in the fall of 2022. Since then, with the support of the mayor and the village trustees, the village invested money on design engineering to help with the scoring of the project and to continue to move forward as possible recipient for grant funding. All these moves paid off for the village, as the village was awarded $2.7 million grant from SMC to help restore 4,000 linear feet of improvements that include a new lake outfall structure, 3-sided bridge structure, steam bank stabilization, seawall, vegetation improvements, storm sewer culvert replacement, and culvert structural lining. This project was a collaborative effort between the Village of Wauconda, the Wauconda School District, the Wauconda Park District, residents, and businesses. Residents will benefit from an improved system that can reduce downstream flooding potential, open additional recreation, and provide an improved aesthetic area. If it wasn't for this grant, this project would be delayed somewhat indefinitely. So we thank the Lake County Board, Stormwater Management Commission, and all involved for this type of project. And I'd like to introduce Senator Hills.
Good morning, everyone. I'm your State Senator, Darby Hills, and it is an honor to be here today to celebrate breaking ground on not just a construction project, but a real investment in the future of this community. For a long time, people who live and work around Bangs Lake have dealt with headaches that come from outdated stormwater systems. We're talking about flooding, property damage, road closures, real problems that disrupt daily life and put stress on families, businesses, and the entire community. Today's groundbreaking is about changing that story. This project will bring safer streets during storms, peace of mind for families, and protection for local schools and parks. It means fewer disruptions of daily life, less damage to property, and a healthy lake that will continue to be a gathering place and a point of pride for the community well into the future. It also shows what we can accomplish when different levels of government come together with a shared purpose: to serve the people. I am happy that state funding through the Stormwater Capital Improvement Program is helping to make this possible. So to the residents who've been waiting for a solution, this is your day. And to the kids who will grow up swimming at Phil's Beach, paddling across the lake, or just skipping rocks along the shore, this is for you. A cleaner, safer Bangs Lake means more memories, more family time, and more reasons to be proud of this place we call home. Thank you to the village, Lake County, and every partner who made this day possible. Let's keep working together to make sure that our communities are not just protected, but are thriving. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce my colleague, House Representative Marty McLaughlin.
Good morning, everyone. Beautiful day. Happy to be here. State Representative Martin McLaughlin. I just want you to know I was baptized in stormwater, and let me explain that. While I was mayor of Barrington Hills, I think we had 300-year floods in about 4 years. So stormwater I became very aware of, and the important aspect of financing and making sure that we can keep it under control. So working at the state and seeing the dysfunction and inefficiency, very happy to work with Lake County engineers, with Lake County commissioners, and with the Village of Wauconda to make sure that we can get this under control and put into place. 2022, I know, is when this started. I spoke with some of the engineers. They're hoping to have this done within a year, so let's keep our fingers crossed. I know they're doing a great job. The funding, happy to be part of that. And the state of Illinois, although doesn't always spend money wisely, in this case I think it's an effective use, and we'll get this done in an efficient manner. So very happy to be here with my colleagues today, and what a beautiful day. So I want to introduce your former trustee and current Lake County board member, Adam Schlick. Thank you.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you, everybody. I think we'll hit this point again because it's such a beautiful day to be out here on Phil's Beach. I am Adam Schlick. I am the District 2 representative on the Lake County Board, which represents all of the Village of Wauconda. First and foremost, Chair Hart from the Lake County Board sends her regrets. She was not able to join us here today, but she's very excited for this project as it moves forward. A little bit about my history. I started as a Wauconda Park District Commissioner, actually, when we purchased Phil's Beach. So I knew way too much about this Bangs Lake spillway and kind of the needs of improvements that it needed. Worked my way up through into the village board and then eventually on the Lake County board. I'm very happy to see this project come to fruition. It's kind of, you know, as I've progressed here, I've noticed stormwater is something in Lake County. It's weird because Lake County, obviously water, you don't think about it, but we deal with tremendous amounts of flooding every year. And we need these type of investments to prevent these floodings, which damage homes, damage roadways, and really inconvenience lives. So I'm very excited that the state has authorized so much money through the DCEO to get very important projects like these done. And I look forward to future projects, hopefully continue. So I'd like to introduce my colleague, Mara Altenberg, who chairs the Building, Planning, and Zoning and Environment Committee at the Lake County Board. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Improving the drainage on Bangs Lake is an excellent project to improve one of our communities. SMC staff has worked diligently to identify critical projects countywide that will create a huge impact on our overall stormwater infrastructure. And this one on the list because it will have a big impact on our communities. The SMC team does an amazing job coordinating projects that will have a positive environmental impact. In this case, the project will improve water quality by planting native vegetation and restoring stream banks and shorelines. As chair of the Planning, Building, Zoning, and Environment Committee, I hear about much of the vital work SMC performs for our county. This project is undoubtedly a great example of one of Lake County's top priorities to protect and enhance our natural environment. SMC's work not only helps modernize our infrastructure, but creates a better, more viable Lake County for our residents, businesses, and visitors. The county is committed to building a future that is more sustainable. For us to achieve that, all county departments should apply an environmental lens on policy and decision-making, and SMC has been very successful at that. By receiving a grant from the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity to fund this project and more across the county. SMC continues to fulfill their mission by reducing flooding while decreasing environmental harm in our county. Thank you to them and the Village of Wauconda for partnering on this fantastic project. Now it is my pleasure to welcome our Stormwater Management Commission Executive Director, Kurt Wolford.
Thank you and good morning. It's great to be here in the great community of Wauconda. First, I want to thank Senator Darby Hills, Representative McLaughlin, Mayor Jeff Sodi, the Lake County Board, and our local sponsors to make this project a reality. Increased rain levels in our area continue to damage properties in addition to disrupting the lives of Lake County residents, citizens, and visitors. One of our goals at the Stormwater Management Commission is to work towards reducing their flooding concerns by enhancing Lake County's natural drainage system. And this system comprises storm sewers, drainage channels, lakes, wetlands, many different types of natural and man-made features. That's how Lake County drains. The implementation of the Bangs Lake improvements will greatly reduce flooding by upgrading over a mile of stormwater improvements, including stream channels from Bangs Lake outlet all the way to Illinois Route 176. This is a $3.5 million project that's primarily funded through the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. And a special thanks to our local sponsors, the Village of Wauconda, who also contributed over $266,000 towards completing this project. I'd like to acknowledge the village's engineer and consultant, RHMG. Chris Bouchard is here. So Chris, thanks for designing this great project. Talk to him if there's any design. But also the contractor V3, who's done great work working in streams throughout Lake County. So I want to acknowledge our consultants, the engineers, and the contractors. SMC finished 13 DCO projects that we started in 2022 through 2024, thanks to the first initial $30 million round of funding from the state of Illinois. This project does kick off our second round of funding of $30 million for 16 new projects throughout Lake County. That's all I have to say, so thanks for coming out, and it's a great day to be here. We're going to take some photos, and let's maybe give a big hand to the Public Works crew who showed up. You see they're wearing the Public Works shirts. Thanks, Village Public Works. Thank you all.